and it's actually looking to be a pretty fair set. I wouldn't say it's absolutely the best set in the world, but it is actually pretty good. It's worth picking up, but I do have some disclaimers, but we'll get to those when when we get there. So we're just gonna go over the cards that are the most relevant. Obviously, we're not gonna worry about like the normal monsters like Legend and stuff like that. So let's just jump right into it. Blue Eyes. It's always good to have Blue Eyes reprints. It's always good to have Dark Magician reprints. It's also always good to have Red Eyes reprints as many reprints as you could possibly make, because these cards just for some reason keep going up and up and up every time. And if you're playing Blue Eyes, you're going to need to find some copies for this. They also are having multiple copies, multiple printings or multiple artworks of this card in there. I think it's like 4 artworks for it, which is really cool. So yeah, next we're gonna move on to Whitestone Legend and Whitestone Ancients. This is pretty good. If you're playing Blue Eyes, obviously. Sage is also really good here. Protector, I think, was originally a common, so having an ultra rare is really nice. And Dragon Spirit or White as a secret rare it's probably gonna be really nice. It's probably gonna be better than the super or the ultra. I mean, so that's pretty good. So having secret copies of some of your cards is really good. We're gonna see if we can scroll down here if the wiki would let me. The wiki is pretty bad when it comes to this stuff, but it's whatever. We went a little too far. The ABC core is in here, but no Union Hanger, which really strikes me as odd because you'd think Union Hanger would be in here, but it's not in here. But heavy secret rare ABC cards is pretty good. I guess you really don't need the field spell in here because it is already common. It's enough to pick up anyway, but it would be really nice just to have an ultra rare copy or even a secret rare copy of it. Vampire Lord, that card's going up in price because people are hyped about vampire stuff. Polymerization, can never have 2D polymerization reprints. I like this card a lot. If it's the original artwork, then this is going to be really, really cool. Melody, can't have enough Melody reprints. Card of Demise, Fiend Sanctuary is really good. Card of Demise is really good too. Kind of needed. Majesties with Eyes of Blue, that's pretty cool. Enemy Controller, I actually think this is actually low-key one of the best reprints in the set, other than like obviously the Hand Traps, Card of Demise, and like Dragon Lords. But this is a really good card. Silver Cry is good. Not Ring of Defense, sorry. Silver Cry is pretty good. Soul Exchange is also pretty good. They have this card and Monarch Stormforth, which is really good. Both cards are really viable cards. Soul Exchange is less viable than Stormforth, but you know it's still pretty okay. Let's see if we can get back to where we need to be. Ancient Rules, I believe the ultimate rare was going up in price, so having another hollow version of this is good. It's not very relevant, but it's always nice to have reprints of cards that are just expensive. Lullaby of Obedience, this card hasn't seen too much play, but it only has one reprint. The reprint is the card wasn't really particularly expensive. It wasn't broken, but it is a good card. It's a good card, and I like having reprints of cards that are needed. Quest Card Virus. This card actually has 2 prints. So it has the alternate artwork and the original artwork, so that's pretty good for collectors. And the card is okay. It's not as good as it used to be, obviously. Deck Devastation Virus, Eradicator, and Full Force. These are really good reprints, especially Eradicator and Deck Devastation, because this card, the ultimate rare for this card, was really expensive. And the copies of this card was going up too. The supers were going around $3 or $4, and the secrets were like I think 12 to 15, if I'm not mistaken. Castle of Dragon Souls is kind of a interesting card. It used to play this a lot back in the old version of Blue Eyes before Alternative came out, so it's kind of cool to see that in here. Mirror Force is pretty good. Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, good for those collectors. Don't know why they're reprinting it as a secret or ultra. It wouldn't make any sense either way, but you know, whatever. Twin Burst Dragon. I actually called this one for this card to be reprinted, so good on them to reprint this card. It's pretty good, and it was always expensive. Even after it got its Megaton reprint, it was still pretty expensive. ABC Buster, pretty good. I'm not gonna complain about that one. None of the cards here except for Azure Eyes is really good as a reprint. It already exists as an ultra, so having a secret is pretty cool. Thunder Dragon. I believe this is the first holo copy of Thunder Dragon ever printed. And the commons were kind of already like $3 or $4, so this one might just take its place in the terms of price over time. Probably maybe even being higher than that because it is in a set that's going to be printed limitedly. The set's probably just going to fade out of people's existence over time, like all Legendary collections do. And it's just going to be just one of those expensive cards. I'm not sure if it's going to be the most expensive card, but it is going to be like I would say like $5 to $6 for it. Dark Dragon, always nice to have that. It does already exist as a secret rare, but it also already exists as an ultra rare, I think twice over. But it's still pretty good. Having this card is really good as a secret rare. Plus the secret rares probably would look nice with this card anyway, and I know it does. Ancient Fairy Dragon is an ultra rare. Beals, these two cards are necessary reprints. The commons of Ancient Fairy Dragons were always $7. So it's good to have another reprint, more easily accessible for newer players who want to play this card. It's also really good for people who don't want to spend the $7 on a common just to play this card. Beals is obviously very good. I think the price on this card tanked quite a bit. It used to be like upwards of $20 to $30. I think now it's like around $10 to $12, which is really good. Which means if you wanted the gold rare, which there's no reason for you to have the gold rare now, you can go out and buy one right now, and it wouldn't actually be bad because I think over time Beals is just going to go back up with the two printings that it has and just sit there at like $15 for both, maybe $20 for the secret. Drago Ravine, always good. Drago Ravine only has one holo reprinting, and it was an Astro Pack, and that card was always $5. When it first got unlimited, it went up to like $15, but no one bought it at that price. Return of the Dragon Lords, always good. Dragon Shrine, again, always good. Secret Dragon Shrine is going to look absolutely nice, especially since it was already a super rare. It wasn't an ultra rare, so I'm really glad they just took this step. They stepped it up and made it a secret rare because it is a fantastic card. It's really good for you if you're playing Pendulum Magicians and you're playing Dark Worm. So it's really good in that deck too. It's also really good in APC as well because you're playing Dark Worm too. So trade-in, can't have enough reprints of trading. The Droll, Ghost, Ghost Ogre, Ghost Reaper, Ash Blossom, and DD Crow. These are the cards that you're probably going to be looking for the most. DD Crow less so, but DD Crow is still really nice. It's always good to have reprints of DD Crow, especially ultra rare. I don't think it got reprinted in Dusa, so having ultra rare copies of this card is going to be really good. Ash Blossom I think is a short print. I think it's like 2 per case, but that's okay because it's still considerably it's still more than what people would expect this card to be at. I thought this card was going to be like super short printed and you have like only like maybe 1 every 2 cases or something like that. But no, they actually exceeded my expectations in that regard. But that actually kind of just is okay because that means these 3 cards are not short printed. Jordan Lockbird is really fantastic. Ghost Ogre is also really fantastic, and Winter Charge is always going to be like the fringe meta card. But so having playsets of these would be really nice anyway. So yeah. Dragoonides, we're gonna get to go on some Dragoonidity territory. Phalanx is really good because Phalanx has always been like a $5 to $10 secret rare, and the DT has always been pretty up there as well. Ducks, same thing. Ducks' secret rares are a little more cheaper. This card does exist as a common though, so yeah. Utopia Lightning. This is a really weird card. I wasn't really expecting Utopia Lightning to just be thrown into here. I guess it's okay. So it's really good. Always welcome, of course. Raigeki. This is the other card that's going to be short printed for 2 per case, which is fine because you only need 1. It is going to drag down Raigekis to a price though, so that's pretty good. Terraforming is really good. Fusion States is also pretty good, but we're not going to really talk about that because it doesn't matter. Terraforming, always good to have holo reprints of Terraforming. I'm really excited for this one because I don't have holo Terraformings, and I would really like them to. I would really love to have holo Terraformings. Double Summon. This is another card that I've been talking about. That this card is going to be 1 per case, which is really insane. I'm not sure why they chose Double Summon, But I guess they really want a chase card, and this is going to be one of the meta cards in the set over time because it is only the hollow reprint of double summon there is, unless you count DT, but I don't. So we're just gonna assume that this is just gonna go up over time because of how short printed it is. There are going to be people who are going to be investing to open this set tomorrow or on Thursday, I mean, and they're going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of these being pulled, so I wouldn't really worry too much about it though, especially since if double summon isn't being played at the minute, it'll just go down over time. Cards of Constant is pretty good. Monarchs are fourth, always good. I don't want to pick up the gold rare, so I'm glad I didn't order the gold rare right now. But now I could just get the ultra rare. It'd be really nice for my True Draco deck. Change of Disappearance, always good card. Change of Disappearance has always been one of those cards that has been seen in and out of play. It's always fringe though. You saw it during Zodiac format just to hit the wrap here. So it's pretty good. Phoenix Chain, always good. The only two cards out of this set of normal monsters that I'm going to talk about is Parrot Dragon and Mikazuki Nioiba. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Parrot Dragon has always been expensive. It only has 2 printings, and both printings, I think the common was $20, and the super rare was anywhere between $30 to $100, depending on how the market went that way. And Mikazu always got bought out. There's very few on the market, so having reprints of these cards kind of just to shatter the market is pretty good. So because if you just want to play some old school cards, you kind of can't play Parrot Dragon or the Mikazu card because they are either just not on the market or they're just way too expensive. We're Elimination and Exile of the Wicked. I'm really sure they didn't. I'm really surprised that they didn't put the Last Day of the Witch on here because it would just fit the theme here. But these are really good cards. I think the commons though are still cheap though. So don't like a duo. I really hope this card doesn't get off the ban list, but if it does, oh boy, it's gonna be really, really, really toxic. And it didn't get errata. It didn't get errata. So but I wouldn't want this card errata anyway. I would like just to keep the identity of the card same. But you know. And we're gonna move on to like White Hole, Call of the Grave, and Anti-Regeki. Anti-Regeki is the super rare. There's only one printing of this card ever, and it was always super expensive. It ranged from anywhere from $75 to $300, depending again on how the market went. Call of the Grave wasn't as expensive. I think this card had 2 printings, and I think the rare one was always pretty cheap. White Hole, the common was pretty expensive for like $12, I think, and the super rare was like $35. So it's always good to have some reprints of these cards, just to shadow the market to make sure that they don't go insane. So, and the last cards that we're going to talk about here is Just Desserts, because I'm not going to talk about these. This card's obviously really good, but Just Desserts is really good. It doesn't have a hollow reprint, so overall this set is really fantastic. I would definitely pick up this set in singles if you're not looking to buy the boxes. But if you just want to have some fun opening boxes, then this is actually a really good way to go for it. I think they retail for $30, and you're getting a lot of stuff for it, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a comment in the comment section down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Remember, Ash Blossom and Raikeki are short printed, and Double Summon is definitely short printed. So yeah, this has been Lance, and I'll be signing out.